What if the king never really left the building? For nearly 5 decades, fans around the world have asked one question: is Elvis Presley actually still alive? Sightings, clues, strange inconsistencies. This conspiracy has everything mystery, legend, and a story that refuses to die. But before we dive in, quick disclaimer. This video explores popular conspiracy theories for discussion and entertainment. These claims are not verified facts, and many have been debunked over time. Still, there's a reason this theory has lasted longer than most celebrity rumors. So let's rewind to the day the world was shaken. August 16, 1977. It was a warm summer morning in Memphis, Tennessee. Inside Graceland, Elvis Presley's legendary mansion, the king of rock and roll, was found unresponsive in his bathroom. At 3:30 p.m., the news broke. Elvis Aaron Presley was dead at just 42 years old. The official cause? A heart attack, which was later tied to a dangerous mix of prescription drugs found in his system. The world stopped. Fans flooded Graceland. Radio stations played his hits non-stop, and news networks scrambled to cover every detail. Elvis wasn't just a star, he was a cultural phenomenon. And just like that, he was gone. An estimated 80,000 people lined the streets for his funeral procession. Images of the mourning crowd circulated globally, cementing the moment in history. But even as fans grieved, whispers began. Some felt that the official story didn't add up. Within days, doubt was creeping in. You'd think the death of someone as famous as Elvis would be airtight, no room for errors. But almost immediately, fans noticed things that didn't sit right. The first red flag was the body displayed during the funeral. Many mourners claimed Elvis didn't look like himself. His skin tone, his features, they said it resembled a wax figure, not a man who just passed away. The second was something oddly specific: the spelling of his middle name. Elvis was born Elvis Aaron Presley, A-R-O-N, but on his gravestone, it read Aaron, with 2 A's. Fans argued, Elvis was known for his attention to detail. There's no way he'd let his own name be spelled wrong on his final resting place, unless he wasn't actually resting there. And then there were inconsistencies in the death report, conflicting times, medical statements that didn't quite align. Some chalked it up to chaos during a celebrity death. Others saw it as the beginning of a cover-up. In the months following his death, stories began popping up everywhere. Elvis spotted here, Elvis seen there. If every Elvis sighting was real, the man was basically teleporting across America. But some sightings were different. One of the most famous came just days after his death. A man who looked strikingly like Elvis was reportedly seen at an airport in Memphis, boarding a plane to Argentina under the name John Burroughs, a name Elvis had used before when traveling incognito. Then came restaurant sightings, gas stations, even concert venues. In the 1980s, tabloids ran wild with headlines like Elvis seen working at burger joint or Elvis at the mall. Okay, some of these were clearly tabloids doing what tabloids do best. But not all reports were from anonymous sources. Some came from people who swore they knew his voice, his walk, his mannerisms. And perhaps what kept these stories alive wasn't proof, but hope. Fans didn't want to believe their idol was gone. Each sighting was like keeping a flame burning, decade after decade. It's one thing for people to dress like Elvis, but it's another for sightings to continue for years in places that made people say, wait a second. From the moment doubts emerged, theories began to grow, some plausible, others straight out of a movie script. Elvis was under unbelievable pressure. Endless touring, paparazzi, health problems. Some believe he faked his death simply to live in peace. Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, was rumored to have mob ties. According to this theory, Elvis faked his death to avoid retaliation or being used as leverage. Some claim Elvis was involved in law enforcement cooperation, helping the government expose criminal networks, and was then placed into witness protection for his safety. Now, this one sounds like the plot of a 70-second spy thriller, but interestingly, there are official records showing Elvis was connected to law enforcement, including honorary narcotics badges. After decades in the limelight, perhaps Elvis simply wanted to disappear, to live anonymously, away from screaming fans and relentless media. Whether you believe any of these or not, it's fascinating how each theory reflects something about Elvis himself, the icon, the man, and the myth. Even in his music, some fans claim to hear hidden messages, lyrics that supposedly foreshadowed his departure. Songs like Way Down took on new meaning after his death. And then there's the posthumous material. Albums released after his death only added fuel to the fire. New tracks, remixes, and unheard recordings made people question, if he's gone, why does it sometimes feel like he's still creating? Meanwhile, thousands of Elvis impersonators emerged, some so convincing they blurred the line between tribute and reality. Over time, the impersonators themselves became part of the legend, keeping Elvis alive in more ways than one. Beyond the sightings, theories, and evidence, there's a deeper question. Why do so many people want to believe Elvis is still alive? Think about it, Elvis wasn't just a singer. He was the king. His music, his charisma, his cultural impact, it's hard to imagine the world without him. Psychologists say that celebrity conspiracies often emerge from grief and cultural attachment. When someone larger than life dies, accepting their absence can feel almost impossible. So, the mind does what it does best. It fills in the gaps. It's comforting to imagine Elvis out there somewhere, living quietly, maybe even watching all of this unfold from a porch in the middle of nowhere. For fans, it keeps their idol close, even decades later. And Elvis isn't alone. Fans have claimed Tupac Shakur escaped to Cuba. Some insist Michael Jackson is still alive. Even older icons like Jim Morrison have had similar myths. It's like our culture refuses to let go of the legends we grew up with. Fame this big doesn't just disappear, it transforms into myth. In a way, believing Elvis lives on isn't just about him, it's about us. Our nostalgia, our need for connection, our refusal to say goodbye. So there you have it. From suspicious funeral details to mysterious airport photos, from wild theories to the psychology of belief. The Elvis conspiracy is more than just rumors. It's a cultural phenomenon that refuses to fade. Whether he faked his death, slipped into hiding, or truly passed away that August day in 1977, one thing is certain: Elvis Presley's legend is very much alive. Now, it's your turn. What do you believe? Did Elvis fake his death, or did the king really leave the building in 1977? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love unraveling mysteries like this one, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more deep dives.